Hello everyone, welcome to Chef Salim's Recipes channel. Today, I'm excited to share all the recipes of the delicious dishes I've prepared. Get ready for a full meal. We have a main course, a soup, pilaf, and as a side dish, ayran. Let's dive in, shall we? Quick fact, did you know that ayran, a traditional Turkish yogurt drink, is not only refreshing but also helps with digestion? It's the perfect complement to a hearty meal. I'm starting the preparations with our main dish, garnished meatballs. Now here's the good news. Since I already have onions chopped and my homemade meatballs frozen and ready to go, this will be much easier. I'll use canned peas, potatoes, and carrots, so I won't have to spend ages chopping vegetables. For our soup, I'll make tarhana, which is not only a family favorite, but also packed with nutrients. Lastly, Arpa Şehriye pilaf, which just needs Arpa Şehriye pasta and a couple of spices will round out the meal. Pro tip, if you're ever short on time, prepping and freezing things like meatballs or chopped vegetables can save you loads of time. It's like having a future you to thank. Let's move on to the fun part. First, I'm setting the onions aside and grabbing the meatballs from the freezer. Time to slice them into small cubes. These meatballs are made from lamb mince with onions, egg, black pepper, cumin, salt, a bit of semolina for texture, and some parsley for freshness. They're easy to slice even while still slightly frozen, which makes the job much quicker. I'm cutting them into bite-sized cubes, perfect for cooking. I'm preparing enough for 10 people, but if you stretch it, these meatballs could feed up to 15. After slicing, I place the meatballs on a baking tray and roast them in the oven for about 12 minutes. While the meatballs are roasting, it's time to chop the rest of the vegetables. I finely dice the onions, red peppers, green peppers, and tomatoes. Prepping everything before cooking is essential. Trust me, it makes the whole process feel like a breeze. Finally, I'll chop the potatoes into cubes and we'll be all set. Kitchen hack. Keep a garbage bowl nearby while chopping veggies. You can toss all your scraps in there as you go, saving time and keeping your workstation clean. Next, I add some sunflower oil to a pot and let it heat up. When the oil is nice and hot, I toss in the onions and peppers, giving them a quick stir. Once they've softened, I take the roasted meatballs out of the oven and, here's a little secret, I add the excess oil from the meatballs directly to the pot. This not only adds flavor, but makes the dish extra rich and tasty. Now that the onions and peppers have sautéed, I add the diced potatoes, stir everything together and season with a bit of salt, cumin, red pepper flakes, and black pepper. I love how spices bring everything to life. After stirring for a bit, I add some soy sauce, a surprise ingredient, and hot water. Then let the potatoes cook for 10 to 15 minutes until tender. Fun fact, soy sauce might seem like an unusual ingredient in Turkish cuisine, but it adds a deep umami flavor that enhances the taste of the meat. Try it next time in any stew or meat-based dish. You won't regret it. Once the potatoes are cooked, I add the canned peas and carrots, pour in a bit more hot water, and let everything simmer together. Finally, I toss in the meatballs to bring all the ingredients together. After simmering for about 10 minutes, the dish will be ready to serve. Now, while our meatballs cook, let's get started on the Arpa Şehriye pilaf. I add the Arpa Şehriye to a pot with some oil and toast it until golden brown. The aroma of toasted Arpa Şehriye is heavenly. Pro tip, when toasting pasta like Arpa Şehriye, keep a close eye on it. It can go from beautifully golden to burnt in a matter of seconds. To take this dish up a notch, I'll be using homemade chicken broth made from simmering a village chicken for an hour in a pressure cooker. This broth adds such incredible depth of flavor that store-bought ones just can't match. Once the arpa is toasted, I season it with mint, red pepper flakes, black pepper, and salt. Then pour in 2 cups of broth for every cup of pasta. I'll let it cook on low heat for about 15 minutes, then allow it to rest for another 15. Now it's time to make the tarhana soup. I mix the tarhana with cold water in a bowl. Letting it dissolve while I heat sunflower oil in a deep pan. Since this recipe serves 10 people, I'm using a large pan. Once the oil is hot, I add a little flour and cook it until golden. Then I add some tomato paste, stirring it well. To add even more flavor, I pour in some of the leftover chicken broth and then add the tarhana mixture. As the soup heats up, it thickens, so I stir it frequently to prevent it from sticking to the pan. After tasting the soup and adjusting the salt, I turn off the heat. Once the Arpa Şehriye has absorbed the broth, I cover it and let it rest. Cooking tip: stirring is key with soups like tarhana. Don't be lazy. Frequent stirring prevents burning and ensures an even texture. Lastly, let's whip up some ayran to accompany our meal. I mix yogurt with a pinch of salt and cold water, whisking it until smooth and frothy. A little more cold water, and after whisking again, the ayran is ready. Perfectly chilled and refreshing. Now it's time to plate everything: garnished meatballs, Arpa Şehriye pilaf, and tarhana soup. Don't forget to serve the ayran in a tall glass alongside some spicy peppers. And voila! Dinner is served. The meal turned out incredibly delicious. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and check out my previous ones for more mouthwatering recipes. Your support means the world to me. Enjoy your meal.